ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Monday, June 29th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're going to have open text line throughout the show today as we are getting into the hot and muggy days of summer. It's 91 degrees outside right now. I have not been outside since this morning, and I'm not looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to cool down. Hopefully you are somewhere where it is cool and the air condition is working. And if it's not, get that fixed. I did that last week, so I am happy to report, at least for me, all is well. All right, so we'll get your text in, as I just mentioned. There's a few things I want to get into today. So since it's open text, I'm going to be pretty open to where you want to go, some of the things you want to talk about. Direct me a little bit for the show. I'm completely here for that. One of the things that, and let me preface this by saying that I've known this for a while, and it's been a long while since we've really talked about Marcelo Latterman and his brothers, because there was a memorial scholarship fund, and the Latterman family would come down for many years and host a tournament. And there were a lot of people that were involved in that tournament that are no longer with us. And the Lattermans came to my attention many years ago. I was working at a different radio station at the time, and I recently had a chance to talk to Mo Latterman. Mo sent me an email, and one of the things that, I'm not going to share everything with it, but one of the things that came from that is there was an interview that I had the family in, and that's when everyone was still alive. Abe Latterman was with us, and Abe was the first of the Latterman that I met. And Abe and I hit it off, and we had a great relationship, and he passed away a few years ago. And I got to see him at the golf tournament. I was actually working here at the time, so I got a chance to go see him at the golf tournament. And so it brought up some memories. And if you don't know the story, I'm going to play, not today. I need to get that a little cleaned up. But I've got the audio, the interview. It's saved. I actually have it saved from, we're talking, maybe 15, 20 years ago? I think I still have that audio saved. And there's reasons for that. It's it's in a special place because there's some things that go along with it for me. But I was talking to Mo. I found this audio on his request. Hey, do you have that? Yeah, I've got that. I think I do. Here it is. And he's written a memoir. It's called 23, a Memoir. Now, 23 is an important number to the family because it's the book about Marcelo, but as Mo put it, Mo described it, it's a story about four brothers, family, football, and a promise that changed his life forever, he said. It was after the 1970 Marshall University tragedy. And so in this memoir, and only thing I'm going to say is I've read it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. When it comes out, then we can talk about it and what's in the book. But what Mo has put out there is, and he even put out a trailer on his YouTube channel. And it says that writing this memoir has been one of the most emotional journeys I've ever taken. This is Mo Latterman describing this. And he said that It allowed me to relive the joy of growing up in Argentina, coming to America, chasing my football dreams, and honoring my brother Marcelo, who was lost aboard Southern Airways Flight 932. So this is coming out on September 1st. And I think you will enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say about actually what's in the book, what he has written about. But I've gotten a preview copy, and I appreciate Mo for trusting me with that. And so I will continue to honor that trust. But now that he posted something about it, I felt like I could talk at least a little bit about it because it's coming out September 1st. And I'm going to be quite candid with you. I'm going to do whatever I can to help him promote it. Whatever he asks of me, I'm going to do. I would automatically have him on the show anyway, but I'm going to help him promote the book. He doesn't know I'm talking about it today, but I figure it's okay. He's posted a YouTube trailer announcing this, so I felt like, okay, I can talk about it a little bit, or at least talk about what's happening here. And so I'm looking forward to being able to talk to you more about it and to discuss it with him, and hopefully we will see him come back to Huntington. For those of you that are familiar with the Latterman story, know about Mo, know about his brother Abe, you've heard about Marcelo Latterman, and I'm going to soon. I haven't decided when yet. I will do it soon, though. And I don't think I want to post the audio first, just throw it out there. I've got it posted, but I want to share it with you, go back and share it with you so you can hear the story again, kind of give you a refresher course, because there's a lot of you that haven't heard the story. I'm going to be honest with you. I know there are people that I'm talking to today that have not heard of me before I came over here, or are new to me. There are some that are probably, been with me for a long time. And for those of you that have been with me since the beginning, thank you so much. And so I appreciate you. And if you joined me lately and you've made me part of your day and part of your routine, thank you for that as well. I mean, there's been some ups and downs, and I appreciate you being there for all of it, ups and downs. But this one was special to me for the story because it made it real for me with this family, to meet the family, to know about Marcelo Latterman, and to really talk about what the fountain ceremony has meant to people. Because you remember, there was a time where there were a couple of voices out there that said, look, we got to stop this thing. This fountain ceremony, why are we doing it? And I don't think that I'm there in questioning it, like, why are we doing it? Because the fountain ceremony, maybe not necessarily for me, because I was born in 71. I was born after the plane tragedy. So everything about this, these are stories to me. And for a lot of people in the community, this isn't a story. This is real life. This is what happened. And it's impacted people in different ways across time. I mean, some come to grips with it. Some experience it daily. Some have made peace with it. Some people are in between. There are some people that maybe haven't come to grips with this just yet. And so the fountain ceremony is there. And that was the thing about the Latterman family, is they made the trek one day. Like, we're going to do this thing. We're going to go to this ceremony. Because you remember, if you've been around for a while, the ceremony wasn't exactly the ceremony for the longest time. And it has grown into a true annual tradition at Marshall University. And the whole point of that ceremony is it's there for people who need it. You remember, the promise was we won't forget. We'll never forget. And that was the promise. And so the promise has been kept so far. And this book is sort of going to be a different perspective. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because there are so many stories out there that we still haven't heard. There are stories out there that I would love to hear. And I think what I would like to see happen is more memoirs, because we're losing the living history. We're losing the. It's going to be a memory eventually. It's going to be a shared memory, but it's not going to be living history. We still have a lot of people that make it living history, and so that's why we've got this book coming out. And again, I'm just going to be quite upfront with you. I'm not getting a cut of any of this. I was just invited to read it and share my thoughts, and I thought, hey, this is really good. I think Herd fans will enjoy this, and I definitely will promote it, like I normally would anyway, with somebody that I have a relationship with, and they've got a Marshall book that's coming out. So I just want to put that to the top of your mind that this is coming out here in the near future, and I think it's worth your time to read. I really do. I don't know what format, if it's going to come out digital, if it's going to be hardback only. But if it's coming out digital and that's how you read your books, I encourage you to do that. If it's coming out in paper only, there's nothing wrong with paper. Paper still reigns supreme. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm curious, what stories that we need to hear are out there that haven't been put in written form yet, or what's out there that we need to know about before it's lost to us? And maybe to expand that a little bit, I mean, for a lot of people, you love Marshall history, right? You love Marshall sports, you love Marshall stories. I would love to be able to unearth, it's on a mini disc somewhere. I've got Ernie Salvatore, former columnist, sports editor of the Herald-Dispatch. I've got him describing the night of the plane crash. And I'm going to unearth that one day. It's on a mini disc somewhere. And once I find it, I'm going to share that for all to hear and to have, and put that in the living memory as well. Because he went for a long time and talked about it. And so there are things that, before it's all said and done for me, I want to put some things back into living memory. Maybe some things that I have that haven't cycled out yet, or maybe some stories that I've got that maybe haven't been heard in a long time. And so I want to get these things into living memory as much as possible. And I'm also curious, who would be good to say, hey, you should write a memoir? Who would you like to have a memoir from? A story, a book, and it doesn't have to be limited to the plane crash. I mean, that's an important part of Marshall history, and there are so many stories out there. And I don't think we still have them all, and hopefully we will. And somebody will put them all together, so we have as much as we possibly can for forever and ever. But I'm curious, is there someone out there in Marshall history, Marshall sports, that you would just love to read their memoir, that you could sit down with them and say, hey, you should write a book? Who would that book be from? Who would you like to read the story? It could be anyone. It could be anyone. And who do you regret that we didn't get anything from? I'm curious what's out there that we would love to have in book form, and what did we lose that it's a shame we don't have? 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is the text line to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We'll get your text, and we'll get you caught up in everything that's happening today when we continue on this edition of Your Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Summer starts here. It's Moses Auto Mall of Huntington 9th Street Live every Friday night in Huntington. Presented by Michelob Ultra, White Claw, Big Timber, and Country Boy Brewing. Friday, July 3rd, it's Massing with the Dinosaur Burps on the Marshall OBGYN stage, followed by fireworks from Dog Dazzle. The Little Caesars Kids Zone is back, and Gomart Happy Hour starts at 5. Enjoy 9th Street libations from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe, Sip Downtown Brasserie, and Summit Beer Station, featuring Tito's, Milagro Tequila, Rebel Bourbon, High Noon, and Lucky One. The after-show party takes place at Jerk Riley's at Pullman Square. July 10th, enjoy the music of the Beatles with the Newbies. The Thundering Herd Rally is Friday, August 14th. Sponsored by Wendy's, Huntington Beverage Center, SODS, Apex Tech, The Great Outdoors Marine, Village Caregiving, Thoroughbred Express Wash, the City of Huntington, Marshall University, Blinko Glass Company, Marshall Health Network Arena, and Kendrick Communications.
Builders, renovators, organizers. Rent-A-Can portable restrooms and roll-off dumpster rentals is who you need. Whether it's a construction site, home cleanup, disaster relief, we've got you covered. Portable restrooms for convenience, roll-off dumpsters for waste. You fill it up, we'll haul it off. Fast delivery, easy pickup. Rent-A-Can portable restrooms, roll-off dumpster rentals. Rent-A-Can has the facilities you need. No job is too big or too small. Rent-A-Can. Call Chuck at 304-429-5218. That's 304-429-5218.
Here's another Kendrick Communications Community Chatter. The Marshall University Rec Center will be hosting RecFest 2026, presented by Smoothie King from noon to 3 p.m. on Friday, August 15th. Now, this free event will offer students and community members an opportunity to connect with campus and local resources ahead of the fall semester. Admission is free and open to the public.
This Kendrick Communications Community Chatter brought to you by Kentucky Farmers Bank, the Better Bank in Summit, Ashland, Callisburg, Louisa, and Wheelersburg. Online at kfb.bank.
I'm with Chris from Christopher's Eats, and Chris, you guys just made life a lot easier.
That's right. We now have online ordering and delivery.
So I can get your famous seared tuna, flatbreads, or burgers delivered right to my house, or I can pick it up on my way home from work.
You bet. Just order online at christopherseats.com or Facebook, and we'll take care of the rest for you.
Man, that's dangerous. I might never cook again. Locally owned, made from scratch food, now just a click away at christopherseats.com on Facebook or Route 60 Huntington.
As we celebrate the 4th of July and America's 250th birthday, everyone at Jack's Auto Upholstery in Pomeroy wish you and your family a safe, happy, and memorable holiday. They're proud to celebrate the freedom, hard work, and community spirit that have made this nation strong for 250 years. Whether you're hitting the road for a holiday getaway or spending time with family and friends, enjoy every mile. Happy Independence Day, and here's to America's 250 years strong from everyone at Jack's Auto Upholstery in Pomeroy.
Save big money this 4th of July at Menards. Steel Roofing provides your home with the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 stylish colors to enhance your home's appearance. Available in cut-to-length panels that cover a large area for fast installation. Shop our selection of roofing products today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier Contracts tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. No! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
We continue on with this Monday edition of Your Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line, Brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. We do that at 304-396-TALK. That is 304-396-8255. I asked earlier, who would you like to have read a memoir from? Texter says, Paul, Cam Henderson. I would have loved to have read a true memoir from him. That's a good one. I appreciate the text there. Cam Henderson would have been so interesting, or at least I hope it would have been interesting. I mean, we know about Cam Henderson. We've seen the stories. You know, I saw the documentary about him many years ago, and that would have been an interesting read. A memoir. Hey, what was it like being the head coach of the Marshall Thundering Herd in your day, in your era? I mean, on that, what would a Rick Huckabee memoir look like? Yeah, as he was ushering the Thundering Herd into a new renaissance of basketball for several years, what would that have looked like? I'm sure there are several other people we could mention, and I'm curious who would stand out to you. Yeah, it could be coach, it could be player, administrator maybe. I mean, who would have been someone that you would have been excited to read their memoir about Marshall athletics or their story about Marshall? And the list is wide. I mean, it doesn't have to be a current player. It could have been someone years ago. I mean, I probably would have loved to have read a Michael Payton memoir about his years at Marshall University. He's no longer with us, but that's somebody that, I would have liked to have gotten his thoughts on, his true inner thoughts, memoir about his days at Marshall University, culminating to the first ever national championship in football for the Thundering Herd. I mean, we've seen the documentaries, we've seen, all the, supplemental materials, we've seen, We Are Marshall. We've seen all of that stuff. But, we've read some of the books. And I've read some of the books. The Jim Donnan book, I read that many years ago. I read the stuff the Herald Dispatch put out years ago. Oh, here's a good one. Texter says, Paul, why didn't I think of this one? Texter says, Bob Pruitt. Well, yeah. You definitely want to get all of his thoughts on paper before he goes. I would say, for most Herd fans, if you had one, that would be the one, or at least modern people who are here now. But don't forget, and I'm talking a memoir here. I'm not talking about a book written about Bob Pruitt. I'm talking about a book truly by Bob Pruitt, or truly by the person that we want to. And his book was, if you remember, we got to go back. When did that come out? That came out a few years ago, didn't it? It was written by Bill Chastain. It was Purpose and Passion, Bobby Pruitt in the Marshall Years. It's a biography. And biographies are important. And I agree. It's a biography. You should have that. But I'm just talking about like memoir. Like crack open the diary, if you will, the journal. Hey, what were you really thinking at this point in your life? What were you thinking? What were you thinking here? Or what did this mean to you? And it's a little different than a biography, but it's unfiltered, raw, telling the story. But Bob's a good one. Absolutely. I second that notion. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texture says, Paul, I'm a 71-year-old supporter of Marshall and very happy. Let's look forward to success and don't look back. Appreciate the text. 71 years. That's going back a way. So let me answer that. Let me use this as a jumping off point here. And I thank you for this. I appreciate the text. There have been so many times where, and I qualify this by saying, hey, look, when the team's bad, we're going to say it's bad. When the team's good, we're going to say it's good. There's no getting around that. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. And to not claim it's bad is kidding ourselves. And to not claim it's good is also kind of being disingenuous. And so there have been times where I would just hear people, and this is in general, just complaining about how terrible the team is, or hey, I can't sit here and I can't watch this. I can't be a part of this. This is terrible. You know, I'm not going to be a Herd fan. This is terrible. You know, how dare they lose? They ruined my weekend. They just ruined my weekend. How they've ruined it. And I'm generalizing a little bit, but I think you know the people that I'm talking about. And again, I am not opposed to voicing displeasure. I'm not opposed to saying, look, this ain't it. If it's not good, it's not good. If it's great, it's great. If it's good, it's good. If it's not good, it's not good. All of that. But I come from a little bit of a different perspective here, and I'm not trying to be oblivious to anything or just sugarcoat it, but hey, Marshall played football today. There's a time you didn't think about that. And I think we've gotten to that point where I don't think people just like think about that for a second and pause and go, you know what? There's a time where this football program might not have been on the field. And so here we are. We're at a football game with a program that honestly might not have made it back. And I say that with all sincerity. Yeah, you can be disgusted and disappointed, and I completely get that. But I think there's taking it too far sometimes. Because at the end of the day, hey, the football team played today. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. Got to get better. But I never have taken a loss personally as if how did they ruin my day? How dare you lose? You can't lose. You shouldn't lose. You're ruining my day by losing. And I'm of the mindset that, you know what? It is fair to say, look, this wasn't good. But when we wake up tomorrow morning, there's still a football team, and we get another shot at it. With that said, though, again, if you listen to our postgame ever, if it ain't good, we're going to tell you about it. And honestly, if you're a fan, you're always welcome to tell me how good it is, and you're also welcome to tell me you're not happy with where it's at right now. We never take sides on that. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. More coming up on today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Hometown Chevrolet, your home of the new 30-mile-per-gallon Chevy Trax and the new 3-row SUVs like the Traverse, Tahoe, and Suburban. Everything you need right here at home. Want a new truck? We have 0% financing for a full 5 years on new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s and free oil changes for life at your hometown Chevy dealer. Our used inventory is priced to move with the quality you want at a payment that makes sense. From low APRs to rebuilding, we'll get you done. Hometown Chevrolet, Waverly, Ohio, where everybody drives home.
This is Huntington Mayor Patrick Farrell. The best part of any city isn't the buildings, it's the people. It's neighborhoods spending time together, families making memories, friends reconnecting on a summer evening. That's what Dog Dazzle is all about. Join us July 3rd at Harris Riverfront Park, celebrate America's birthday with food, music, community, and fireworks over the Ohio River. Because the best cities are built when people come together. Come celebrate America's birthday with us.
Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington would like to wish all of their customers, family, and friends a safe and happy 4th of July. If you're celebrating this holiday, celebrate responsibly. Roosters urges you to show your gratitude for the men and women who work every day to make this country the greatest in the world. Happy birthday, America! With over 40 TVs, Roosters is the perfect place to take the family for your 4th of July lunch or dinner. Happy 4th of July from Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
This 4th of July, Ohio Valley Bank proudly joins our nation in celebrating America's 250th birthday. For generations, families, businesses, and communities have helped build the spirit that makes this country strong. And Ohio Valley Bank is honored to be a part of that tradition as fireworks light the sky and we celebrate freedom, independence, and hometown pride. Everyone at Ohio Valley Bank wish you and your family a safe, happy, and patriotic 4th of July. Here's to 250 years of America and the communities that make her great.
Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit. Now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier Contracts tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we were separated. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
And had no idea how to find each other.
My husband kept the kids
tried
occupied.
calling our son, but there was no reception. Everything was down. I felt like breaking down and crying, but I had to try and stay calm. The whole experience was the most frightening 10 hours of my life. It was kind of like the nightmare every mother hopes will never happen to her. I remember the moment
relief of
that
being
I
together.
realized he was out there all alone. If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there,
it's to stay
it's
calm
don't ignore
and
this
keep to the
message.
plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Follow at Paul Swann on X for Marshall sports updates and more.
We continue on with your text at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Earlier today, softball making it official. 3 transfers added to the 2026 class. Becca Duck. She is described as a rising junior pitcher. She is transferred from Pitt out of Maryville, Tennessee. Also, Lottie Landmesser. She is described as a rising junior infielder. She is a transfer from Ohio State. She is out of Canton, Georgia, went to Cherokee High School. And then Maddie Hine. She is described as a rising redshirt freshman catcher. She is a transfer from Ole Miss from Cumming, Georgia. She went to West Forsyth High School. Coach Zirkle, in her comments on the release, said that all three display the physical qualities and have the personal values we were looking to add to our program. Becca gives our bullpen a lefty arm, while Maddie and Lottie give us extra depth defensively. So softball continuing, and again, I don't think that this team is going to stop. We're going to see this team more and more in the NCAA tournament. That's just my feeling on the subject, because you've got a coach. You got a coach that can still play, by the way. You've got a coach that not only understands the game, but she's still an active player, so she is getting coached as well, and she's taking coaching. So she's got a lot of resources. She's known in the softball world. She has a name. So when Morgan Zirkle comes to town to talk to you, you don't have to have too many introductions made. I think that's a Morgan Zirkle advantage. Coach can go to this day. Coaches show that she can get it done. She can take this program and push it forward. She can also tout the fact that, you know what, I was a pretty successful player. We're developing some really successful young ladies here. You know, my players can go. I can still go. Marshall just got into the NCAA tournament. We were pretty good. We weren't terrible. We were competitive. We can be better. We've got a pretty nice softball facility here. We've got a great crowd. That's one of the things that I think that would really sell Marshall softball for years, is the crowd. And you don't hear too many players dropping out of the Marshall softball program. There's not like a long line to get the heck out of here after a season. So I think there's a lot of positives for Morgan Zirkle and her squad. The NCAA tournament does not hurt. I mean, keep that in mind. For women's basketball, the NIT does not hurt. The WNIT, the ring bling, that don't hurt. The fact that Marshall was in the tournament in softball, that don't hurt as well. So there's some things here that you can look at for recruiting advantages. And honestly, I won't be surprised if this Marshall team can just go out and flat win the Sun Belt Conference tournament next year. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything that right now could convince me that Marshall's not going to win it. Can you think of something? I can't, because I like where this team's at right now. I like where it's going. And I like the progress of Coach Zirkle. And I like the fact that she's bringing in some more talent that come from some pretty good programs, to be honest with you. All right, here's our question. Basically our question of the day. If there's anyone that could write a memoir, Marshall Athletics, Marshall Sports, who would that be? Who's that person that you want to read their memoir? Texter says, how about Steve Cotton? That's an excellent choice. Thank you for that text. That's an excellent choice. Because Steve has probably one of the most unique vantage points of anyone that has covered Marshall athletics. I mean, it's one thing to be the beat reporter. The beat reporter has most of us beat. No pun intended. I mean, when you're the guy working the beat, you're working the beat, right? So you know things. You're in a little bit deeper. You probably have the edge on a lot of people. But who's the guy that's with the team the most? Who's the guy that sees the team the most of all of the media members, people who work in this industry? Who's that guy? Well, it's Steve Cotton. Absolutely. That would be a tremendous memoir. I mean, he could probably lay down a lot of history, and he could go in different places. I don't think one memoir would be enough. I mean, I think the memoir itself would be truly a fantastic read. If he's ever decided, he ever decides to do that, I would definitely buy that book. But he has so much history and knowledge And I know that he is working hard to kind of put more of that back where it belongs, where it can be accessible and it can live again. I know he's baseball especially. I know he's doing a lot of research, and Marshall's knowledge base gets better and better as the years progress. So yeah, that would be spot on a good read. Why not? The voice of the herd, now with a written story. Absolutely. We would demand an audiobook, though, because after all, I mean, I would think we would want Steve Cotton to do an audiobook and read his memoir to us. That would be the proper way. Sure, I always advocate for the book, but let's get the audiobook from him as well. 304-396-TALK is the text line, 304-396-8255, to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'll throw this out here. I would ask for a second book as well. His personal memoir, his journey through Marshall athletics. That would be something that I would think that a lot of Marshall fans would want to read. And if he's thought about that, great, because that means he's working on it or he's thinking about working on it or whatever the situation may be. That would be a tremendous, tremendous thing to have. And of course, I would think that he could do justice to something about the voices of the herd. The individuals that have called the game, have been the voice for Marshall fans. Because remember, for the longest time, the only way that you could follow Marshall athletics would either be in person or you could tune in to the radio and you can listen to the game that way. You can follow along. And so that would be interesting to read as well, if that would be a story that he could put together. I know I'm making a lot of decisions. I'm making requests. Hey, how about you write this book? I would read it. How much would that cost me? Fine, here you go. 304-396-TALK is the text line. Be a part of the show. You remember, just before we go to break, remember I don't know if it was Marshall that did a nice little piece about him a couple years ago, a video package, and a lot of people were freaking out. Are you retiring? No, he's not retiring, and hopefully he's with us for a long time to come, calling all the games for football and basketball and baseball as well. Hopefully we'll have a voice like Steve Cotton for a long time to come. More coming up on today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. This summer, celebrate America's 250th anniversary across Cabell County. Beginning June 15th, pop into the Marshall Visual Arts Center for Legend Has It, a look at textile arts throughout time. July 2nd and 3rd, experience 1776, featuring the Huntington Symphony Orchestra and special guest Michael and Todd Cerverus at the Keith Albee Theater, plus Dog Dazzle with Kathy Mattea and fireworks at Harris Riverfront Park on July 3rd. This celebration is made possible by our sponsors, the Huntington Foundation and Arthur and Joan Weisberg Family Foundation, Burke and Herbert Bank, Marshall Health Network, Cabell County Commission, the Herald Dispatch, Truist Foundation, Village of Barbersville, Little Caesars, Neighborgall Construction, Greater Huntington CVB, Service Wire, J.H. Fletcher & Company, Dutch Miller Auto Group, Silling Architects, Permco, Huntington Drum and Container, Jim's Steak and Spaghetti House, WSAZ, and Kindred Communications. See the full schedule now at cabellcounty.org/America250.
Save big money this 4th of July at Menards. Steel Roofing provides your home with the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 stylish colors to enhance your home's appearance. Available in cut-to-length panels that cover a large area for fast installation. Shop our selection of roofing products today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Robin Fowler State Farm with offices in Gallipolis and Middleport, Ohio. Online at agentrobinfowler.com. Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank in Summit, Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, and Wheelersburg. Online at kfb.bank. Grab the mic and bring the fun to the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. It's Mike Night every Saturday from 8 till 10. Whether you're a total rock star or just a shower singer who loves to have fun, grab the mic, sing loud, and make a night of it. And every Thursday evening, it's Wingo Singo Bingo. Every Thursday from 7 to 9. Singo Bingo plus 50-cent bonus wings. Great food, great drinks, and great fun. Every week at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe, across from Pullman Square, downtown Huntington.
This 4th of July, celebrate 250 years of the American spirit with everyone at Braden CDJR. From the first spark of freedom to the roads we travel today, America's story was built on hard work, pride, and community. As you gather with family, friends, fireworks, and hometown traditions, Braden CDJR wishes you a safe and happy Independence Day. And when you're ready for your next ride, stop by and check out the latest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles with deals worthy of celebrating. Happy 4th of July and happy America 250 from Braden CDJR in Gallipolis.
As kids across America head to class to learn and grow, there's one school supply they absolutely cannot do without: nutritious food. Yet, right now, in the United States, millions of kids are living with hunger, making it harder to learn, to play, to dream. This is something we can't ignore. But there is an answer. When kids get healthy meals, they have greater focus, more energy, and higher grades. Kids like Ariella, who dreams of being a teacher and whose hardworking parents struggle to make ends meet. Or Victoria and Andre, whose mom wants nothing more than a great life for her kids. A life that she knows they can achieve with just a little extra help. Nothing is more important than feeding the hopes and dreams of children. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We continue on with this Monday edition of Your Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Baseball action coming up tonight. The Pirates opening up a series in Philadelphia. We got the game for you, 6:15. Last night, the Pirates got the win over the Reds. Didn't win the series, but won the final game 9-4. Reds are in Milwaukee this evening, 6:40 for that one. Guardians got the better of the Mariners, 6-5. Cleveland is at home tonight against Texas at 7 o'clock. And if you've been keeping an eye on the World Cup knockout round, I watched Japan give Brazil a scare and a half earlier. So that's going on right now. The United States game in the round of 32 is Wednesday night, 8 o'clock against Bosnia-Herzegovina. That's going to be in Santa Clara. Knockout round's a little bit more. Group play is fine. You've got to win your group, but it's knockout round time, so that's when the real tournament begins for a lot of people. And of course, I did watch a couple, not many, but I did watch a couple matches over the weekend, just kind of flipping the dial, say, okay, what's on? Hey, I really don't want to watch golf. Let's go. Okay, there's World Cup. Let's watch that. Hey, Messi's playing, right? Ronaldo's playing, right? Let's watch those because those are names that people talk about. So, soccer, of course, still all across the country. The World Cup continues, and USA has an opportunity to get to the round of 16 after its match Wednesday night. It's a possibility. You think this United States team can win it all? I've heard some that say maybe. It's a strong possibility. I don't know. The United States historically hasn't been a soccer power or a soccer nation. Maybe it's time for the United States to truly announce its place on the world stage. But you remember when the World Cup was here the last time, that really helped catapult the sport and was a catalyst for the growth and the formation of a professional league. And to continue that, you might see after this World Cup, I mean, I don't know if soccer could eventually supplant. Could it be like a number 5 sport? Could it be a number... First of all, it's not going to be a number 3 sport. Football, baseball, basketball, depending on your order on that, those are your top 3. For me, it's hockey for 4. I'm going to say maybe NASCAR 5. I could totally be wrong on that. NASCAR 5. But hockey is usually considered part of the Big 4. And could soccer work its way up into one of those spots? And for a lot of people, you might think, look, hockey's not even 4 for me, and I get that. You know the deal. You tune in, you know the deal. But for me, hockey's probably in the top 4. NASCAR's probably top 5, top 6. What else would there be as far as the majors are concerned? I mean, WNBA's making noise. I don't know if it's... Yeah, I mean, do you consider... I mean, when you talk about the top 4 sports, you're talking about the NFL, MLB, NBA. I don't think you're talking about football, basketball, baseball. You're not talking about it like that. You're talking NFL, probably MLB, then NBA, then NHL, then maybe NASCAR. It's a possibility. Again, we're talking brands here. Where's WWE fall into that? Probably not top 10, 12. But that's what it's looking like right now with the World Cup. And, of course, we'll keep you updated. USA playing on Wednesday. I'm curious. It's been getting good ratings, though. I will say that. Not surprised by that. There's actually people interested in Team USA. And when Team USA does well and continues to show some progress, I think that helps. It doesn't matter what the sport is. If Team USA is doing well, people become invested in that thing. And so the Olympics help. The World Cup helps. Because right now, everybody's a football fan. The only time we get new football fans is Super Bowl time when people tune in and go, oh, okay, this Super Bowl thing. That's it. We're done. Back with you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
WRBC Huntington, W227BS Huntington, your flagship home of the Marshall Thundering Herd and The Drive with Paul Swann, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.